Hi, this is Becky, and I'm going to go over formative and summative assessments. So first and foremost, I really enjoyed the first video with the Forest Lake Elementary School and just how much access to technology that children had. I think that it's the wave of the future. And of course, I think the limiting factor is just going to be cash flow into the schools to be able to have access to all these amazing technology and programs. So specific to formative, I saw that as being information gathering. Instructions needed to be very clear. There could be a lot more fun and game involved in that part. Diversifying the different styles that you were accessing to the students, so differentiated learning. A few things that I would do was the stations. I really like the idea of having stations so that children learn, clearly one station might be a better fit for one child versus another, but in a classroom of 20 to 25, you giving access to different styles of ways to comprehend and take in and absorb the information is key. So I like that there was the computer station. There's all sorts of different computer programs that they were utilizing. I know there is one called for more of like an ongoing one is called Lexia. So it's like a fun, interactive K through 6. It kind of assesses the children and they're going at their own rate. And then they kind of travel around the world and do different bubbles and different learning levels. So that's very nice and differentiated. I really liked, there was one child who was doing something with the medieval times, and it looked like he was able to explore the medieval times, but he was doing it through graphics, right? So almost looked a little bit like Minecraft to me. So just engaging different styles of brains and different ways of going about that. Then the other thing outside of the stations would just be doing a lot of observation and interaction. The smart board, I really like that for assessing. In the beginning of the year, they did the smart board and then like kind of a pre-test and then going throughout. So it was more information gathering, informal, and not necessarily graded. Versus the summative, that is definitely more formal. That is going to collect information throughout a project or various, for an extended period of time, a unit, or maybe like they said with high school, having an exit exam with high school would be another summative assessment. So with that, I really actually liked the Comic Life, the graphics. It's called Comic Life, and it was doing, for students who couldn't necessarily do a 5-paragraph essay. I like the idea of using a program like that where they can visually represent what project they do and show their learning style through there. Clearly tests are going to be a part of it and assessments, but I really like the idea of doing more of portfolios and project-based. And with the project-based, of course, kids also interact, and it shows a lot of the social emotional development too and learning. And then also with the portfolio, I love the idea of a portfolio because the kids get to go home and actually see, and the parents for that matter too, just see everything that they've done, and there's a sense of pride around that too, right? Like showing that how much time over the course of time when you work, let's say on a history project, and you developed all those different you put all your effort into the different steps of the project. So that's where I see doing it. Biggest barrier for all of it is just funding from the schools and knowing what I already have access to. And then of course working with other teachers in the school, making sure, I know on each grade level, they typically make sure that each school in the district has access to such things. So I think that would just be the limiting factor, is what access is there, and making sure that the policies within the school district allowed for it. So that's the only barrier that I see. It seems to me that the sky's the limit. There's so many different programs, as we saw just in these 4 videos, that are available to us. So that's what I saw. Thanks.